This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm also good. Okay, can we start?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, I just want to know about your expectation.
So actually, like I'm completely from non-IT background and I don't have any idea about any kind of tools or technology.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that is the reason like they wanted to start my marketing on Jira because a lot of people told me that Jira is like a administration tool which is like easy to get on into the IT.
yeah, that is there. Okay, so you don't have any previous experience with the Jira, right?
No,
Okay, so you have gone through the course content.
no, I haven't yet. So
Okay, so like you have already started working with this tool, or
no. I'm just like
you
come
have not?
sure like once after like you teach me the classes for a month or so, then later I'll start working on it.
Okay. Yeah, so we will start. Okay,
Okay.
so you are aware of Jira UI?
No.
No? Okay, then let me open mine and share to you that how this tool look like. Okay, then I will start giving the introduction of this tool.
Okay.
Yeah. So mostly Jira is like okay in initial phase Jira people used to for the bug like to create a bug and record bug in a application. So it's mostly a bug creating tool
Okay.
or bug tracking tool that we can say. Okay.
Tracking
So
tool.
most of the bug tracking tool.
Okay.
So you aware of this terminology bug?
Yeah, like the errors, right? Errors in the
Yeah,
code.
errors. Yeah.
Mm.
Whenever this development team like do some changes or they develop some tools and they release for the testing or any some marketing, so that time they have some bugs in the tool.
Yeah.
So for the bugs they used to record that bug in a Jira
Okay.
to track for the project.
Okay.
Okay, you are able to see my screen?
Yeah, yeah. I can see.
Yeah, so this is the usually tool that we
Mm.
have. And how this tool works, uh, like people creates issues here. So currently this tool is in a market, like we can customize based on our requirement. So there are lots of platinum partners from the Atlassians are working behind these tools.
Okay.
We can say that this tool is a tracking tool, but mostly we like as administrator we do as admin part, but most of the company now these days
Mm.
they have a admin plus scripting in a market.
Okay.
Okay, so most of the company want to customize this tool based on their requirement.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, not able to- okay, yeah, there are lots of platinum partners working behind this company. So
Okay.
same like Google Play, you know Google Play, like we go Google Play and install applications.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, same like in Jira we have a marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So what that marketplace usually do in the marketplace, there are different apps available for the Jira. So
Okay.
which help us to enhance the functionality of this application. Okay, today, I'm just giving to overview what is Jira and how this is uh, came in a market and how companies are using and why companies are pushing to this application.
Okay.
Okay, so mostly company when started working on the Jira, so like in a version 1 or 2. So the current version in a market that is going on 8.7. So in the initial version, they come up with a tool like just to track a bug in a market, bug whatever there is. And before Jira, the famous tool for the bug is the Bugzilla in a
Bugzilla.
market. Yeah. So Bugzilla was the famous tool in a market to raise a bug. So then when that time that Lashin come in a picture, so the like CEO of that Lashin company, they just give a requirement to their team. So they want some application like some output application. So they have asked their team that to come up with some tools. So from that Atlassian, they come up with the Jira software. So initial phase, they have just thought of it for the bug tracking. But now these days, what companies do, company like raise have all type of requests in Jira. So Jira we can use for the onboarding management also, procurement management also, like share some feedback, voting for the request. So like on the multiple part we can use as a Jira. For like HR requirements we can use as Jira.
Mm-hmm.
So like most of the people have used this tool for like tracking their wedding expenses also. When we read about this tool on any like freeware websites or Quora or any like who are the famous persons behind these tools and they are working day and night with these tools, so they have used this as a tracking. So
Okay.
simple, yeah. Now you got to know the terminology tracking that how this tool is working.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So mostly what is there in this tool? So like that I am saying that we have with yeah. So that marketplace which I am say I've told that this is the manage app. So to just increase the functionality of this tool, so like Jira is just like a open source. It's not open source, it's a paid tool, but like in a open source we can enhance our application.
Okay.
Okay, so to enhance this application there are multiple apps available in the market.
Okay.
Okay, there are multiple apps available in the market that help us to like uh, enhance the functionality of this tool. So the
Okay.
famous one is a script runner for Jira.
Script
Okay,
runner. Okay.
yeah, this help us to write a groovy script and enhance the functionality of the Jira. So we can write all the types of requirement, like whatever the requirement we have to enhance to write some validators, some conditions that we can create with the script runner. So another is the famous plugin that we have, that is a Zypher, that is for the test management plugin. So like that the testers used to write a test cases,
Mm-hmm.
and there are different tools for the test cases, and then they have to relate the test cases with the bug, like for some functionality like the stories, for some particular stories they are writing the test cases.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for that they have to relate. So what the this vendors they did, they just created the test management plugins so that people can write test cases also in Jira.
Okay.
Okay, so how Jira works here, like we have the different projects and issues related to that project. So this application is application functionality works on the model of agile.
Mm-hmm.
So you know the agile model.
Agile? No.
Okay, agile is a methodology came in a market for the project management teams.
Agile?
So agile is a process. Okay, so like the way of working, we can say the before that old model was a waterfall model in a market, and then suddenly that agile came in a market, and this tool do all the agile functionality, and with the help of this tool we can implement agile
Okay.
for the team. So mostly these days that teams are working on the agile methodologies. So in this tool the projects are of the two types.
Okay.
Okay, the famous two types that mostly the team use. One is a Kanban, other is a Scrum. Okay, later on we will talk about what is Kanban and what is Scrum.
Kanban and Scrum, right?
Yeah, Kanban and Scrum.
Okay.
Okay, there is other type of project like a task management and project management that I will explain. So when we will start working on projects.
Okay.
Okay, so Scrum type is mostly like most of the time that in this tool we have to differentiate. Like a project team will come up with a requirement, like they have this requirement, and like mostly the requirement comes from the project managers. So the way of working for their team, they decide, and they want to implement some workflow for their team, and for implementing that workflow we required like some tool that there they can see that all the functionality of the team. Okay, so mostly the project that they have, the projects are the type of the Scrum and Kanban. So Scrum mostly we like suggest to the project managers, like if that project is a continue, like that functionality, like the feature of that project is a fixed.
Mhm.
Okay, like you have a fixed requirement, like you want to learn Jira tool. Okay, so there
Okay.
are fixed like features of this tool, and that you want to learn within 1 month. So that is like a fixed requirement you have. What you are
Okay.
going to work on this full 1 month. The same the course of content that I will provide to you, so that we will follow. That means it's a fix.
Okay.
Whatever we are going to do. That is a Scrum.
Okay.
Okay, and Scrum works with the iterations. Okay,
Scrum.
iterations are like the course of content. Okay, there are a different course of content. Like first we'll learn the basic of this tool.
Okay.
Second, how to install this tool. Third, how to manage this project management in this tool, and how the test management will work in this tool. These are like a 4 iterations. Okay, what is called in a Scrum? It's called a sprint. Okay,
Sprint.
the, yeah, this called a sprint functionality in a Scrum. Okay, how this tool help us? In this tool there is a board. Okay, in that
Mhm.
board we can like board will give a view of all the tickets. So there we can create a sprint, and as a project manager can track that how many work, like we two are working on one sprint. Okay, and like one person want to track that how much we have progress. Okay,
Mhm.
how we will work with this tool? We will create a issue on the daily basis.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we will create a issue on the daily basis, and we will track there how we are going to work on this tool. So maybe like after this uh, call I will create some issues for you. So
Okay.
first like I need you to install a Jira in your setup. You have a laptop right now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so maybe after this call, like after some time I will show to you how to install this tool in your setup.
Okay.
So there we will create a issues, and that all issues will track on a board. Uh, okay, currently my license is expired, so that I need to renew it. Okay, in like Jira, there are two different Jira in the market. Actually, three.
Okay.
How all three are working? These all threes are like one is a cloud setup
Mhm.
that comes as a SaaS application from Atlassian. One is a data center.
Data center
Yeah. Third one
and
is a server-based application.
server base.
Yeah, this is a server-based application,
Okay.
this UI. Okay. Cloud is having a totally different UI.
Okay.
That is a SaaS application provided by Atlassian. So
Okay.
data center is having a same UI as the Jira software.
Okay.
This server base. Okay. What is the difference between cloud and server? You know?
No.
Okay. What is the difference between cloud and server? Server is managed by like us
Okay,
as a
man.
admin. Everything we manage, like a server on top of that we will install application. And
Okay.
okay,
Cloud.
memory usage, RAM usage, and everything we will take care. Same like you have a laptop and you install application here.
Okay, okay.
Okay, but you know Gmail.
Yeah.
Gmail is not managed by you. You just log in and see your emails, right?
Yes.
You don't know where it is installed and how much RAM is there and how much memory is there.
No.
Okay, same like a cloud application for Atlassian.
Okay.
Atlassian is managing all the servers, all RAM and application memory, everything they are managing. Just
Okay.
we have to pay per user license and use that application.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but the server based application we have to like take care for all server configuration, RAM usage, CPU utilization, and how much memory is required, and database we need to manage. So in a cloud application we no need to manage anything, just they will give a URL and we need to start working on that when we will just manage a project management activities there.
Okay.
Okay, but here we need to take care for everything in the server. Data center is recommended based on the team size or based on the company size. Server we used only like if we have less resources or less work. So mostly if we have a like on the daily basis 2 to 3 issues created,
Mhm.
and around max to max we can say 5,000 or 10,000 user license.
Okay.
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 Yeah, mostly Atlassian recommend that if we have greater than 500 users, we can go for the data center. But
Mhm.
data center is usually required if we have a high load on our application. So mostly like a daily basis, if we are creating 5 to 10,000 issues, and there are multiple hits on our application like REST calls and all other, and we have a number of plugins that we need to manage here, and we have written our scripting that makes our application slow.
Okay.
So for that we have a data center. So most of the companies go with a server.
Server.
Okay, why server? Because in the server there are a lot of functionality to enhance this application. Because database is in our hand, server is in our hand, and full application is our hand. We can change a UI also. This is the default UI, and this we can change. We can change a logo also. So like we can add n number of applications. We can create our own plugins and we can deploy with the high functionality. But if we go with the cloud, there are limited functionalities in a cloud because uh, there is a one application, and on the top of that application they have given just a one part to us. Same like a Gmail. Gmail, there are n number of users usually log in on the daily basis to Gmail, right? But
Yeah.
we have only one user account for us.
Mm.
Okay, same like a Atlassian cloud. There are
Okay.
n number of companies are working on the cloud, but we have a one certain part based on our user license. Okay,
Okay.
and the maximum user license that we have on the cloud that Atlassian provides us as a one instance, that is a 10,000.
10,000.
Okay, yeah. If we have a max more than 10,000 user, then we have to buy a one more instance from them.
Okay.
Okay, in the one URL it will come as a maximum 10,000. On the server basis, usually this also depend on that every companies are having a multiple instance.
Okay.
Okay, based on their requirements. So most of the companies, based on the project, they have a different Jira application. Based on the domain, they have a for HR they have a different application. For project team, they have a different application. For tester, they have a different application. Okay, and all the plugins that I have shown in your marketplace, that are everything is charged on the user base license.
Okay.
Okay, so as a evaluation license, we can generate n number of free license, but one license is valid for only 1 month.
Okay. One license valid for 1 month.
Yeah, so Atlassian provides a license, evaluation license, not the enterprise license. Evaluation license, just we want to evaluate this tool.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 1 month. For 1 month, they provide us a one license. Okay,
Okay.
but till now I have generated around 50 to 60 license, and they have never asked me any question. Okay, so this they have given as a privilege, like we can generate a license and we can work on that based on our testing and all the evolution license, all the unlimited user license. Okay. So 8.5.2. Okay, in Atlassian there are two type of license. Okay, one is a normal license for the server base. One is a normal server license that comes up every version 8.2, 8.1 that starts like uh, 1, 2, and a 3. But every year Atlassian, every 6 month or year Atlassian come up one enterprise release. Okay, what is enterprise release? Enterprise release is something like Atlassian gave us the privilege, like in that particular release, whatever the bug fix are there or any security vulnerabilities there, so we need, no need to take care for the like planning for the upgrade application. So they will give us just a minor fix and that, and they will release. Same like a 8.5.2. Okay, point two is usually come as a bug fix. Okay, and 8.5 is come as a version release. 8 is a major version, this come as a minor version, and this come as a bug fix in that version. Okay, 8.5 they have released as a enterprise release in a market. Okay, so what was the first enterprise release that Atlassian has released in a market? That is a 7.6. Okay,
First one, 7.6.
7.6 was the first enterprise release. So maybe someone asked you in an interview that what was the first enterprise release that Atlassian has released in a market for Jira.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a 7.6. Second enterprise release was 7.13.
7.13.
Yeah. Third is 8.5.
8.
Okay. I just want to know, I am the fast or you want me to go with the slow pace?
No, no, you're good, sir.
It's fine now.
Yeah, it's okay, sir.
Yeah. So like yeah, this comes as so in version for upgrading our license, there is a support entitled number attached to every application.
Okay.
Okay. So with this, they can track our application. So this is the unique ID for our application. Okay. License type come as a is commercial license or any like evaluation license or a developer license. Organization name. This is based on the organization who has created. I just put a robot wash and it shows a robot wash. Okay. So here we can add a license key.
Okay.
Okay. This is a license key for this application that won't expire. So maybe I will explain you. I will upload this later. A new key. Here we can add like there are different application in a Jira. Okay,
Mm.
like Jira Core. Jira Core comes without agile functionality. Okay, and Jira Software is with the agile functionality. Jira Service Desk is a different application. It's like one of the flavor of Jira, but it's based on the ITIL process. That
Oh,
is a different process for infrastructure tracking tickets. Okay, and there is a one more Jira portfolio that also we can add up on this application. So mostly this application we can say that is just a Android, same like an Android, and we can add a different application on top of that. That maybe as soon as we'll go through the training content, and I will show you in that. The new feature that they have given after I think 7.13 or in 7.13 they have given. That is a plan your upgrade. So mostly they gives us steps to plan your upgrade. Okay, what are the upgrade activities? So that I will explain you later.
oh,
So yeah, mostly how we will go. We go with the pure Jira training. So everything, what are the content are there, and everything that we will update as project issues. We'll create one project in Jira with the name of Jira Trainings, and we'll add like every content we'll add as a issue there, and same like a bug team used to add. And I will show you how to what are the different issue types. Issue types is something like what we can say in the Jira, same like this is a 10 rupees note, and you know the difference, a 10 rupees note, 20 rupees note, and 50 rupees note. So
Yeah.
same like we need to differentiate issues. Okay, stories come. There are the stories. Is it's also one of the like word from the agile stories. Bug, improvement, features, and we can create our custom issue types. Like some teams want a discussion as a issue type, like all the discussion type tickets they can create under that issue types. Okay, so these are the different functionalities that we will discuss in this training. So mostly this is a dash. There are dashboards, so there they can just log in on the Jira and they want to see something. Same like a wall mount we can say. This is just a wall. You log in and just to see what are the issues are assigned to me and some introduction that we can add here. This and activity stream. Stream is just a same like a Jira notifications.
Okay.
Uh, like Facebook, we used to get a notification that person has commented on your status. Okay, here
Yeah.
also we get a same that Ankush Kumar commented on this issue. This is a issue key, and this is the comment. This is the summary of the issue, and this is the comment. Okay,
Okay.
same like Facebook activities. It shows here.
Okay.
Okay, and there are this tool looks like a simple, but there are lots of what I can say customization in these tools in this
Okay.
tool that we need to learn based on our experience. Oh, sorry, just cancelled. Yeah. So you have any question till now
Yes, sir. No.
in your mind? You got to know why this tool we use.
No, no. Actually, like for today, like whatever you teach me, I don't have any questions. But after
Mm-hmm.
this, I'll go through like the complete online. Like I will
Mm-hmm.
search in and everything. If I
Mm-hmm.
get like, feel like asking any questions, I'll let you know in the next session.
Yeah. So like Atlassian has a lots of documentation
Mm-hmm.
directly on the internet.
Okay.
For every topic, they have a lots of documentation.
Okay.
Okay. So mostly, I will provide you that link.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any doubt, you can go through the documentation actually. Yeah. Today I have not prepared any training content. It's just like I just want to aware
Sure.
of this tool and what this tool do and how we will go through this tool. Or if you have an expectation that we will go like this, that also we will follow.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
I'll just let
So yeah, you said anything?
I will let you know like in next session by tomorrow. I will just have a look at it in Google and internet.
Yeah.
Then if
Yeah.
I have doubts tomorrow, I will ask you. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, sir.
So, yeah, mostly I will show you how we can generate license for this tool. So maybe mostly tomorrow we will install this tool in your system
Sure,
so
sir.
that you can do some plug and play or you can do some testing with this tool.
Yeah, sure. That's it.
So my.atlassian.com. Okay,
Yeah,
this is the website where we can generate a license. Okay, my.atlassian.com. So you will need to create a one account in Atlassian. Okay.
sure. I
So
will.
today maybe you can create your Atlassian account.
Okay.
So you are in Bangalore based or where you are exactly based currently?
Actually, I'm in United States right now.
Okay, 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 okay. So mostly why I said there are user connect activities in Atlassian.
Okay.
Okay, like Atlassian community formed.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly you can search any internal communities there try to interact with the people. So whatever I will teach you, you can try testing on the daily basis, and there are different like things that you need to perform on the daily basis. Okay, so just a
Okay, sir.
sec. Yeah, this. Okay, we'll create one new license, and I will. Okay, this I just. Okay, this I have created one cloud account, and I'm just canceling.
Okay.
Cloud usually is charged. It's not a free one.
Okay.
Yeah, because they provide us. Yeah. Okay, how to create a new evaluation license?
Mm.
Okay, when you go on the my.atlassian.com, we have to create a new evaluation license here, new trial license.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
what is yeah. So as soon as you click on new trial license, it comes which product we want.
Okay.
Okay, there are different products for Atlassian in a market.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first is we require to for Jira software. Okay, as soon as we click on Jira software, it will ask for which version, data center or server version.
Server.
Okay, we required for server version, and then it will ask for which organization. So here you can put anything. Okay, not required.
Okay.
So it's just your instance, up and running or not yet installed. For me, it's up and running, so I mention up and running.
Okay.
So then it will ask for server ID. Where we will get server ID? Server ID will get in a settings system. Okay. So in a system info, we will get a application service ID.
Okay.
SCN number we required whenever we raise any support request.
Okay.
Okay. Support request to Atlassian. This is the server ID. Tomorrow this we will install in your system.
Okay.
Then it will ask for generate license.
Mm.
So now this is the new license they have generated for me.
So,
Okay. I just need to copy the license key and paste it here. Where I need to paste? I need to paste in applications.
mm,
In applications, here the license key that I need to paste because old one got expire and this is a new one and update.
so,
Yeah. So then if I refresh, this red line will move. Yeah. Now it shows that trial expires on 15 April.
so,
29 days left.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like this, we used to upgrade a plugin this license, and same like a plugin license, the same like we need to apply there, and plugin usually comes with a different vendor.
Okay.
Yeah. So mostly plugins are also managed by Atlassian.
Mm-hmm.
So this marketplace is totally like a Google Play. So
So,
all the companies deploy their plugins there, and they test all the plugins, and based on the testing and they deploy there. Okay, So all the license comes as a user-based license.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All the license cost comes as a user-based license. So there is not any like application-based or server-side license. So everything is tracked based on the user. So it's minimum they have a 10 user license. Okay, that is the minimum they have in the market. So by what they usually say like a 10 user license they donate that amount. That is nothing for them. Yeah. Okay. So what are the expectations you have?
The only one thing is that I just wanted to learn like as soon as possible, sir. Because
Hmm,
I am not like a student. I am here like on a green card work permit. So if I learn this quick, immediately I can go to the job. That is the only intention. Just
okay.
just give me the materials or teach me treatment.
Hmm.
No problem.
Hmm. No problem. I will share some material also. Like this Jira 101 is a guide
Okay.
where Flashin is having all the documentation.
Okay.
So I will share to you. So this is the Jira 8.5. So here we have both types of documentation, cloud and server. So there we can select it which like all the knowledge documentation that I can share to you. So mostly to understand this tool, I can recommend to go through some agile documentation.
Agile document.
Yeah, agile methodology. Like I have, you can search on the agile topic in a Google. So most of the like if you know some basic of agile, you can relate your work whatever that I am like explaining here. Backlog,
Agile.
sprints,
Is it like
story. Yeah,
AJIL?
yeah, AGILE, agile.
AGILE? Okay.
Yeah, see here, AGIL, agile. Okay, agile is a methodology.
Okay.
Okay, so you can go through some information for agile.
Okay.
So this, yeah, this documentation has probably you will find so many documentation in the market. I don't want you to go through deep, but just like information about the Scrum and Kanban. What is the Scrum methodology and Kanban methodology in
And
Agile?
like last day I had an interview with Wells Fargo. They asked me like, did you ever use the Jira with the clusters? What does it mean?
Clusters is a different terminology. Okay, like we can same like a data center. Okay, in a data center we used to create a different types of clusters, and
Okay.
we deploy this application in a cluster. Okay, like some companies are having a like different way of working. Like mostly we directly install a Jira on the server and we just start working on that. But on top of that, some company want to do some clustering.
Mhm.
Okay, like we can create one cluster, Docker. There is a one more concept, Docker. So
Okay.
Docker and cluster both are same terminologies
And
in
tell
a
me
market.
like in like next future classes.
Uh, Clustering, very less companies are using cluster these days, okay, in a market.
Okay.
Like if companies are having a very big instance
Mhm.
and they want to deploy and like it's just a one server they have and they want to deploy multiple applications on that one server and that time they just do clustering. It's just the task of grouping. That's at all the objects in the same group.
Okay.
Okay, like on the one server we want to do some clustering and with a different like if we install one application on a server, so this application is having a Tomcat and runs on the Java, and we do if the same application installation there, so like this application is already having a Java and Tomcat installed on the server, and this like creates some vulnerability for the application, that is two different applications running on the same time. So that time company used to follow this clustering methodology. Okay,
Okay. That is
clustering is yeah, this mostly comes as a machine learning algorithm, so new in a market. But currently, very less companies are using this. Okay, Wells Fargo, I know Wells Fargo is a very vast for Jira. They are bank and they are using Jira on the high basis.
Okay.
One Wells Fargo and ANC, these both and Society General, these three banks are like fully managed Jira application they
O-
have. So ANZ is using Jira application for all like on the all type for them. So if you go for ANZ interview, they have they might ask lots of questions for Jira. You
o-
have to be well prepared for them because they have around 98,000 users working on Jira.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a huge license and the full bank is working on Jira. And for their HR team, procurement team, everything is working on Jira.
o-
Okay. So like these, most of the companies have moved and they are following agile culture in a market. And DevOps, you might heard of DevOps. You heard of DevOps?
I just heard it, but I don't know like about it.
Yeah, so DevOps is mostly like how development team and the operation team works together.
Okay.
Okay. So there, Jira is a mandatory tool to track our daily activities. So most of the companies prefer Jira there. There
Well,
are competitors in the market. That is
like,
a IBM RTC.
mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So Oracle RTC is also there. Okay, so these are the like mostly competitors, RTC and Jira, but the cost wise Jira is less in cost. So most of the companies prefer this application and it's a user friendly application.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, mostly the point you will find for this application is totally based on the agile.
Okay.
That is the current market. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so like Scrum, maybe you can go through what is Agile and what is Scrum and what is Kanban. Only these three things you just go through. This will help you to understand this tool and what are the terminologies that we are using in this tool.
Okay.
So like if I ask that we are going to create a story, so you know that what are the stories, why we are creating stories in Jira. Like bug, you know that why we are creating bug.
Mhm.
Okay, but why we create stories, that also you need to understand. And as a Jira admin, people used to come to us to understand because they don't know, they just know their process, and we want to give a project to them based on their process. We have to design workflow how they are going to work on that. So all this mostly related to agile in the current market. Okay, so agile, Kanban. Okay. Kanban usually comes with a maintenance project.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Same like you have already you bought a TV in your home. Okay. But you don't know when it will stop working. So
Yeah.
you cannot predict that. So same like a project. We have already developed one project and delivered to customer, but
Mhm.
we cannot predict when the problem will come. So same like for maintenance project, we used to prefer Kanban, where work is not fixed.
Yeah.
Okay, if work is fixed, we'll go with the Scrum. If work is not fixed, we'll go with the Kanban.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, mostly that is a part.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Okay, sir.
yeah,
I will like if I have any doubts, I will ask you tomorrow. Okay.
yeah. Mostly you go through the documentation.
I will.
Okay, maybe for today you go through Agile
Okay.
and Scrum and Kanban. What is the difference between Scrum and what is the difference between Kanban?
Okay.
Okay, and tomorrow we'll download this tool in your system.
Okay.
Okay, as a prerequisite, maybe you can try to like you have all if you have already downloaded this tool in your system, that is pretty nice. So mostly we'll try to compare the older version and the newer version because most of the companies are still working in a 7 version,
Okay.
7.13 or 7.6.
Okay.
So maybe the interview questions will come from 7.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, very like 10. to 20% companies has moved to 8.
Okay.
As a Jira admin, still I have not moved my Jira, my company Jira in a
Okay.
8.
Okay.
Okay, so companies takes time, and the Jira 7.13 still have a end of life period till 2020 November. So
Okay.
mostly after that only companies will move to the different version.
Okay. Sir.
Yeah. So like this, we'll go through that.
Sure, sir.
Okay. So tomorrow maybe we'll install Jira,
Okay.
and based on the course content, we'll create a issues in that Jira,
Okay.
and as soon as we'll complete that topic, we'll close that issue.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Same like one bug in a project. We'll have a bugs, create a bug, solve that bug, and close that bug.
Sure, sure, sir.
Okay. That is the flow in Jira. So
Okay.
yeah, mostly we'll start with that, and then yeah, we'll go through each and every component that is defined here. As a project admin, as a Jira admin, we'll be able to see these settings.
Okay.
Others will not. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, mostly I will explain how
Okay.
to do. How user management will be handled in Jira,
Okay.
and the database also. We need to integrate the database with Jira application.
Okay.
Okay, so mostly as a full-fledged admin, you require a knowledge of server and database and application.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
that also required.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any question till now?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so you go through some documentation. So mostly we'll do it tomorrow. We'll start from fresh.
Okay, sir.
We'll set up your system.
Sure, sir. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
You want me to leave?
Yeah. If you have anything,
No,
you
I
can
have
tell me.
anything today. If I
Yeah.
get any questions after going through this online, so
Yeah.
then I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Yeah. You just go through everything.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, let me know what are the like go through documentation and go through some market and do some research analysis, and then let me know
Okay,
what
sir.
are the extra things that you want to add here.
Okay,
Okay. So mostly I will share the course of content and we'll
okay, sir.
follow that in the
Are you
throughout
teaching
the
from?
yeah.
Are you teaching me from India?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay.
This timing is fine for you, or you want to change the time?
Okay, sir. It's okay. It's just 9 o'clock in the morning. I wake up, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Good night, sir. Thanks.
Yeah. Good night. Yeah. Bye bye.